Hello, everybody, and welcome inside the Dome Gymnasium, where tonight we have another edition of Appalachian Athletic Conference Volleyball. The Bluefield College Rams search for their first win of the season against the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. Hello, everybody, Bailey Engel here. We're glad to have you with us while the Rams looked to improve a few days ago against Point, and that Saturday morning game took the first set against the Skyhawks, but unfortunately the Skyhawks learned and made some adjustments to get the last three against the Bluefield College Rams. That sends them now to 0-14 on the year and 0-5 in the AAC. Going up against Tennessee Wesleyan, another team that has struggled this season. Josh Brannon in his first season, just 1-9, 1-4 in the AAC. So Bluefield still looking for their first win, and tonight might be one of the best nights to get it against a team that has only triumphed one time this year. Rams on the right now with the white jerseys and the red sleeves, headed by Buddy Gallimore in his fifth season, going through the growing pains of having a few new players in crucial roles, and also without Kaylee Barker in the lineup in her senior year. We're still trying to see when she can come back, but the seniors that need to step up again tonight: Katie Kendrick, who has been pretty solid in the middle of the net; Paige Fisher, the defensive specialist for Bluefield, also in her last year here at the college, as well as a couple of new players in this lineup for Bluefield College. Still working for that setter role for Cassidy Holloway, transfer from Hiwassee College, that has shown that she really can command the offense, but the communication needs to be there. Unfortunately, you see a lot of players start to bump into each other a good amount of times, and that'll just wipe points clear off for the board without that communication. Buddy Gallimore and Ray Vance, the assistant coach, trying to work through that, and we are finally ready for some volleyball here in Bluefield, Virginia. So I have to see if the Rams can start out solid like they did against Point. That is something we haven't seen them do a good amount of times, where they'll kind of start out like they've been asleep all day, and then in the second or third set start to make a bit of a comeback, but by that time it might be too late. Going up against Tennessee Wesleyan here, just 1-9 in the AAC, 1-4. We are glad to have you with us, Tennessee Wesleyan fans, Bluefield fans alike, on the Rams Digital Sports Network. A packed weekend here in Bluefield, Virginia. Soccer in the morning on Saturday, a conference matchup, as well as football at night at 6 o'clock at Mitchell Stadium. All of that can be seen here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. So the Rams have Sutherland Kendrick, as well as Adriana Grajeda, a first-year player for Bluefield. Leslie Flores getting the start. Now there's a player with a lot of potential that Buddy Gallimore saw against Point, and then the game before that against Reinhardt. Kaylee Kay, another one of those seniors that needs to play well if Bluefield wants to get their first win of the season. Still waiting, as Fisher will likely come in. On the other end for Tennessee Wesleyan, Jada Perry is ready to serve. Almost ready. Jada Perry is ready on the other side. Let's see who will serve first. Yes, it will be Jada Perry, the freshman from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee, the same town that Whitley Phipps, the first-year player for Bluefield, the senior. Both of them are from the same town, and we are underway here in Bluefield, Virginia. Flores to the back corner. Perry goes to the ground. Holloway. Now for Flores, point Bluefield. Solid start on a great play, and the Rams are up 1-0. So after 1 point, Kay goes down, and Rigsby on to the court. Here's Leslie Flores. Set up from Garrett. Off balance, and the Rams take a 2-0 lead. So after the service error, that will put up Tennessee Wesleyan for the first time. at least put them on the board for the first time in this one. Sutherland off balance, flattens it down for Harris. Smith, point Tennessee Wesleyan, and just like that, it's all tied up. Have to see what the Rams can do here to respond to adversity, some of the adversity they have seen before in these last few matches. They'll get down early and then just haven't been able to come back. Rigsby pops the ball down the line, point Rams. That's another thing that Buddy Gallimore hasn't been able to work with as much, is the fact that he doesn't have a very, very deep roster. When Point came in here a few days ago, it looked like they had about 30 people to work with, and that's just not the case at Bluefield. Sutherland. Picked up by Perry, and now Bluefield goes up by 2, 4-2. Service error. Well, 2 of the 3 points for Tennessee Wesleyan so far have came off of service errors. Ready to check in now, Tia Madden, the junior from Knoxville. Tennessee Wesleyan a few hours down the road in Athens, Tennessee, formerly Tennessee Wesleyan College. Rams will take that. Cycling in and out more and more players as Phipps jogs on for Bluefield. Jumping up, solid dig by Flores. Kept alive, and Bluefield comes up with a point. Started off from the dig for Leslie Flores, and the Rams jump out to a 3-point lead. Well, Tennessee Wesleyan trying to find their second win of the year. Only one was against Brunel. And how about that? Gabby Rigsby, 7-3 Bluefield. Lots of the football team starting to walk in. Even with Bluefield's rough start to the season at 0-14, you have to really marvel at the fact that these games have been pretty packed here at the Dome. Blocked by Kendrick. Sent to the back for Madden. Holloway turned around. Smith blocked again. Well, she attacked the block one more time. Just got over it. Rigsby from the back. Smith with 2 hands. Good time for Rigsby and a block. Avery Hilliard got all of that one for Tennessee Wesleyan. They're back within 3. So now the serve goes to Marjorie Smith, the junior from Chattanooga. Kendrick, is it in? No, just out. Had the right idea to aim for that back corner. Mixed it by a few inches. Marjorie Smith. Holloway down for Kendrick. Attacks Ray Adams and makes her pay. Point Bluefield. Rams coming out firing pretty well so far in the first set as Kaylee Kay, the Arizona native, runs on. She's going to try for a serve all the way behind the baseline in basketball. And Ray Adams. Holloway for Flores. Just poked through. Kelsey Garrett from Muncie, Indiana. So here's Emma Ray Adams. This team almost exclusively from Tennessee, as Katie Kendrick, the Kentucky native, puts a stamp on the first set. Nine-6 now. Good serve from Kendrick. Lofted over the block. Phipps had other plans, and it's knocked home by Bluefield's Grajeda. So far, so good. Garrett. Leslie Flores with the floater. Grajeda towards the back. Garrett for Emily Donovan. Landed home. Garrett again, smacked home. No, a dig from Kendrick and looped over again by Grajeda. Unorthodox so far for the Rams, but they will take it with a 5-point lead. The momentum is there for the Rams so far. Holloway aims it towards that back corner again. Here's Flores, gears up, fires it straight at the libero. Donovan. Well, Phipps and Kendrick nearly hit each other, worked out anyway. Flores. Off the block, point Rams. Timeout called by Coach Josh Brannon of Tennessee Wesleyan. Rams are up by 6 here in Bluefield. Well, folks, we're still waiting for play to be resumed here in Bluefield. Seems that a Tennessee Wesleyan player is injured. Emma Ray Adams is now out of the game, and they brought in a new libero, Tia Madden, will wear the white shirt. So Madden originally out as a setter, and now she'll have to be a defensive specialist. Rams enjoying it though, 12-6. This first set, they have fired off pretty well. Communication has been better, but more importantly, the execution has just been very, very valuable for the Rams. Swinging and connecting on a lot of these serves, or excuse me, these setups from Cassidy Holloway. The block has been there. Katie Kendrick is swinging well. Still waiting on the clarification as to what is supposed to happen in the computer now with the new libero in. Looked like Emma Ray Adams got hit pretty hard on one of the spikes over from Katie Kendrick and played after that. Officials still talking this one over with Buddy Gallimore. Well, we have soccer on Saturday. Well, it's a conference matchup at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you're in town, you want to come out and see the men's and women's soccer team. Or Bluefield College got a bit of a triple header for Bluefield College that day with 2 soccer games as well as a football game. Football going up against Ave Maria at 6 o'clock. While women's soccer takes on Point. Women's volleyball will take on Emory and Henry. So a quadruple header. Hit the pin, and now it's a point for Tennessee Wesleyan, getting a break after the long timeout. Welcome back, everyone. Here's Kelsey Garrett. Holloway. Flores. Just a bit too far. Holloway, a sophomore, and Flores, a freshman. There's a sight that you could see in the next few years, those two connecting with each other, and the chemistry just needs to get a little better, and the Rams maybe can win some ball games. And Grajeda gets a piece of that block there, so a point for Bluefield to make it 13-8. Cassidy Holloway played her freshman year at Hiwassee. That school is now closed, now back with Bluefield. Too low off the hand of Gabby Harris. Rams have led for most of this first set. Now this is the question, can Bluefield learn how to really finish these sets? As Grajeda, it was teed up perfectly there for her in the middle of the net and slammed it home. Harris, this time attacks the block and comes up with a point for Tennessee Wesleyan. Ready to check back in, it's Jada Perry. Emily Donovan goes to the bench. Almost got the Rams out of system. Grajeda picks up the pieces. Slapped home. Woodard for Tennessee Wesleyan going off of Paige Fisher. Make that 2 points in a row for Tennessee Wesleyan. And what the Rams have to do here, as we have seen in other games, avoid that mentality of, oh no, here we go again when another team starts to come back. And Grajeda has it already, knocking it down. And the back end. A checks out, Rigsby is in. Sutherland also in for Bluefield. Tipped over. Good court awareness there by Woodard. Fresh shot for the kill. She serves and knocks the ball off of the top rope, and the Rams weren't ready. First ace of the night for either team. Lofted. Boy, the Rams haven't been ready for either one. Now the Bulldogs are within 3. Rams have held as much as a 6-point lead. Now we got another break in the action. It's Leslie Flores. Might have a blood timeout. I think it's her elbow. Must have gotten scraped. And we'll take a break as they tend to that. It is 16-13. Woodard serves for Tennessee Wesleyan. Flores is all patched up. Rigsby. Flores goes back down. Grajeda. Another point for the Bluefield freshman. Excuse me, the junior from Mount St. Jacinto College, but still a first-year Ram. So the JUCO transfer coming up big in the first set. That back line for the Rams. He's going to be a little stronger if they want to hold on to this one. Here's Rigsby, just a bit too low. Bulldogs making it interesting here. It's a 2-point game. I'll bring up Madison Elkins. Sutherland attacked the rope. Smith. Good dig in the back from Flores. Couldn't be kept alive. It's a 1-point game. Elkins and the Bulldogs storming back after being down by 6. Flores from the back. Smith. Rigsby. Tie game. So Kaylee Kay comes in for Rigsby. A few growing pains for the freshman going from high school to college volleyball. Sutherland, point Rams, and an important one. Just as Bluefield was starting to slide, the Rams have the lead and the serve right back. Here comes Phipps. Garrett. Attacking the block of Kendrick. Boy, Hilliard glided to the middle of the net. Right after that, Donovan comes in. Perry is off. Phipps nearly let that ball go behind her. Kay goes towards the back. Just off of the wrist of Donovan, and the Rams can take that mistake. Now Bluefield just 6 away. You got to remember that win in a set the other day for Point. That was the first set they had won since August 30th. Solid serve from Kay. Hilliard ties it up once more. Rams searching for their first win of the season. Tennessee Wesleyan only has 1 win to their name. Madden. All the way for Flores. Point Rams. That was perfectly set up for the freshman. Now the junior comes on for Paige Fisher. And the Rams hold on to this lead. Just landing in. Woodard went cross court. Paige Fisher right back into the ball game. Floating for Holloway. Woodard. Flores looped the ball over the block. Wow, what a spike there for Gabby Harris, and Tennessee Wesleyan has taken the lead. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore and Bluefield College. Rams down by 1 in the closing moments of set 1. Welcome back, everyone. 21-20, Rams took a timeout and an ace for Tennessee Wesleyan. Not what you wanted out of the break. The Rams have led for the majority of set 1. And Tennessee Wesleyan has stormed back. Grajeda, big time point for Bluefield. Sutherland in for Phipps. This is where you need the great serves to try to get Tennessee Wesleyan out of system. Now with the left hand, Garrett. Sutherland. Holloway bails it out. Woodard. Leslie Flores ties it up for Bluefield. Oh, she is a developing star here in Bluefield. 3 points away. Who can get to 25? Late lead taken right back, courtesy Gabby Harris. So Perry in for Donovan. Flores, it's in there. Just by inches, point Bluefield. Well, that ball seemed to sail in the air forever. No argument from Tennessee Wesleyan. Crucial serves coming up for both teams. Flores to the floor. Kay, it's just out. Point Tennessee Wesleyan. Oh, one official said that was in, and then the head official said it was out. So now, set point for Tennessee Wesleyan. And the Rams tie it up here. Grajeda. Back for Smith. It's in, and Tennessee Wesleyan steals set 1. 25-23. It looks like we're going to have one heck of a volleyball match, but Now Tennessee Wesleyan storming back after being down for most of that set. Welcome back, everybody. It is now time for set two. Tennessee Wesleyan trailed for most of that first set and still found the way to win as they took that one 25-23. As we actually have stats here. Take a look at who led the way for Tennessee Wesleyan. Gabby Harris with 4 kills. But how about Adriana Grajeda? 7 kills for Bluefield. And then Leslie Flores with 5. That's 2 first-year players for the Rams. And already a double called on Tennessee Wesleyan. See how the Rams can battle with adversity. They were up by 6. Right around the time it got to be 16-10, Tennessee Wesleyan made some adjustments, really anchored down on Bluefield. Grajeda. And now a double's called on Bluefield. Giveth and taketh away, so 1-1. Maya Woodard. Sutherland attacks the block. Sutherland blasted too far. Point for Tennessee Wesleyan. As the Bulldogs take the lead, another reminder, our quadruple header on Saturday. We're going to cover soccer on the Rams Digital Sports Network as well as baseball. That's starting at 10 p.m. against Point, or excuse me, not baseball, as well as football. Football starts at 6 o'clock against Ave Maria. Rams volleyball does have a game against Emory and Henry. That's at 11 a.m. Hilliard skying up to slam that one down. Well, the scoreboard reads 2-2. Rams will take it, a service error off of the hand of Madison Elkins. Good crowd on hand. Bluefield certainly had some things to cheer for in that first set. Good play by Grajeda as well as Flores, but now it seems like Tennessee Wesleyan a little bit more consistent than what we saw to them in the beginning of the first set. So here's Marjorie Smith inside of the dome. After watching a few old videos today, this place was called the Golden Dome. It is no longer gold, it is white. Well, both teams struggling with the serve so far in the second set. Whitley Phipps is on. Phipps is good to go. Wow. Hilliard destroying the ball in the back corner. No, and now the Rams will get a point. Excuse me. No, it is for Tennessee Wesleyan. Just like that, Rams get it right back. So now we know what's going on. 5-4 Bluefield. A little quiet in the first part of the second set. Well, the service errors continue. Gabby Rigsby. Madden to Smith. Sliding play for Katie Kentrick. Donovan. Another swing for Rigsby. Too low. Point Rams. And the customary cheers of the guys that have made it out. Woodard. Grajeda is nicking the ball over the net. Holloway trading with the setter, and Woodard. Rigsby off the block, point Rams. Welcome all 51 of you tuning in right now on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Katie Kentrick with a laser beam serve. In the air again. Rigsby rolls it over. Grajeda kept alive. Garrett sends the ball back Bluefield's way. Rigsby with finesse. It's good enough for a Bluefield point. We're seeing that momentum that the Rams had in the first part of the first set, and now dwindles down just a bit of a service error. Jada Perry. Grajeda, too hard. And it's actually off the fingertips of Tennessee Wesleyan. So a break for the Rams. Both teams just trying to scratch their way from the bottom of the AAC. Tennessee Wesleyan with one win against Brunel. Their only win is a conference win. Another one for Tennessee Wesleyan. Tying it up at 9-9. Seeing two pretty even teams trying to work through the growing pains. Matter of fact, it doesn't look like Tennessee Wesleyan has a senior on their roster. Too low, Rams will gift themselves a point. Hilliard palmed the ball over. Can't do that. Rams will take it again. Kaylee Kay. Marjorie Smith blocked by Grajeda, still alive. Sutherland. Kay, just too hard. Gotta give it to crowd on hand. Pretty decent crowd to see two teams that are still struggling to find wins this year. Rams take a 2-point lead off of the service error. Here's Paige Fisher, the senior from Christiansburg, Virginia. Missed a few games this year because of a concussion. Now cleared and back. Good block, Katie Kendrick. That's got the coaches in Callamore and Ray Vance fired up, as well as this crowd. So here's Fisher. Marjorie Smith. Holloway. Set up for Smith. Trading with Katie Kendrick. Holloway and Kendrick connected one-on-one, and now it's 14-10. Back around for Smith and got a piece of Holloway. Well, this was the point in that first set where Bluefield had a good lead, and then Tennessee Wesleyan started to wake up. Didn't really take the lead until the end and stole one away from Bluefield. Sutherland jumped up and attacked the net. Point Rams. Here's Whitley Phipps. What can the Tennessee native do here with a 4-point lead? Emily Donovan. Set up for Flores. Big time block from Hilliard. Holloway turned the ball over. Oh, a double called on Holloway. We haven't seen as many of those on Holloway as we have in the past, but a big one there. Katie Kendrick. Two players down for Bluefield. Now both back up. Back to a 1-point game. Tia Madden had to put on that white jersey after Ray Adams went down. Leslie Flores. Phipps to the floor. Goes out. And what a play it was for Whitley Phipps to instigate it for Leslie Flores to push the ball over with two hands. Rams down 1-0. Tennessee Wesleyan won the first set 25-23. Point Rams. No return from Tennessee Wesleyan. So back again for Leslie Flores. Runs up. I shouldn't say run, walked up. Katie Kendrick. Point Rams and another electrifying swing. 4 kills for the Kentucky native. Missed. What a whiff that was. And a timely one for Bluefield. Timeout, Tennessee Wesleyan. Rams have a 5-point lead. Out of the timeout, Leslie Flores ready to serve for Bluefield, and a big ace for the Rams. Bluefield 5 away from equalizing here after losing that first set 25-23. Tennessee Wesleyan just trying to get off the schneid here. Rigsby, and the freshman pulverizes the court. Flores, oh, a little bit of that run just leaked out. So a 6-point lead for the Rams, 4 away from knotting it up at 1-1. Holloway. Here's Donovan, Rigsby on the end of it. Point Rams! 2 straight kills for Gabby Rigsby. 3 points away to tie it up. A double called on Tennessee Wesleyan. Costly mistake there for Emily Donovan. Ace. Set point coming up. Set point for Bluefield. Can they end it here? Phipps into the air. Raheda, not just yet. Paige Fisher running on. Raheda, no, a double. Tried to execute the sliding play again. Rams holding on to that 7-point lead. Rigsby to end it. And Bluefield comes back to win set number 2, tying it up at 1 set apiece here at the Dome. We got ourselves a volleyball match, ladies and gentlemen. Rams able to tie it up. Welcome back, everyone. A great atmosphere for volleyball inside of the Dome tonight as Bluefield stormed back to win the second set in convincing fashion. Leading the way for Bluefield throughout this match, Adriana Grajeda with 8 kills. Gabby Rigsby now has 6 for Bluefield after a couple of late ones. Leslie Flores came away with 1 kill in that second set. 4 kills each for Taylor Sutherland as well as Katie Kendrick. On the other end, leading the way with 4 kills is Gabby Harris. 5 kills for Avery Hilliard, excuse me. She also has 3 blocks. 8 digs for Paige Fisher as well as Leslie Flores. Now we are ready for set number 3. Marjorie Smith blocked, but it goes out of bounds. So Tennessee Wesleyan takes the lead on that one. We will have a match go more than 3 sets for the second straight time. Just landed in. Harris snuck it in there. Ready to go for Jada Harris. Attacks the back. Back in the air again. Goes over the back line. Point Bluefield. Rams can certainly take that. Rigsby off, Kaylee Kay back on. Good to see the younger players step up for Bluefield. Main stars have been, of course, Holloway, the setter, Flores, and then the junior, Adriana Grajeda. Sutherland with a slat match at the net. Another whiff. Woodard couldn't get a piece of her right hand, at least all the way on it. Ace. Kaylee Kay, a stamp in the third set. The student section really letting the Tennessee Wesleyan folks have it tonight. Garrett. Point Rams. Tennessee Wesleyan hit the net. That's a gift for Bluefield. It didn't look like they had their best attack drawn up. Woodard was off balance. Backwards for Sutherland. Madden. Flores. Whistle blows. What's the call? Point Rams. Ends out to a 5-2 lead. Paige Fisher on the edge of the big swing. Flores with the left hand, showing finesse. Her 6th kill of the night. Excuse me, her 7th. Grajeda, too far. Just now joining us, Rams took the second set confidently after losing the first one to Tennessee Wesleyan 25-23, even after the Rams had led for most of it. And if Tennessee Wesleyan wants to take the lead back, and have to have better serves than that. Block, point Rams. It was too low anyway. That was Harris going a bit too low. Solid serve from Fisher. Went over, Sutherland down the line. Makes Tennessee Wesleyan pay for the overpass, and I think Josh Brandon, if this one drops another point in for Bluefield, might be time for a timeout. Too far, point Rams. Timeout called by Tennessee Wesleyan. Rams are up by 7 early on in set number 3. Rams enjoying a 10-3 lead. Bulldogs forced to call a timeout. Hilliard. She's not ready to go down so easily as of yet. That middle blocker smoked that ball. 10-4. Madison Elkins. Sutherland stepped up and destroyed that ball. That's one of the harder swings we've ever seen her connect on. So Whitley Phipps replaces Sutherland. Garrett to the back, lands just out of bounds. I believe this is the largest lead of the day for either team, and Bluefield is enjoying an 8-point lead now. Hilliard. Gotta believe that the Bulldogs' game plan should be to set her up. Rams have not been able to consistently answer for that middle blocker today. Marjorie Smith, the serve for Tennessee Wesleyan. Straight in the air, Kendrick jogged in. Hilliard, sliding effort, and I think the Bulldogs are starting to figure it out. The problem with Tennessee Wesleyan, they haven't been able to consistently serve the ball well. I think both teams struggle with a service error today. These serves are pretty good from Marjorie Smith. So the junior outside hitter from Chattanooga, Tennessee, is trying to spark a rally here for Tennessee Wesleyan. Now it's just a 4-point game. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore, and a good idea to do so. It was 12-4 now out of the Bulldogs timeout. It is now a 4-point game. Ready to go. Rams led by 8. Now it's down to 4, and really just the blink of an eye. Marjorie Smith. Holloway turns around. Holloway for Kendrick. Leslie Flores, point Bluefield. Exactly what Buddy Gallimore ordered out of the timeout. So Leslie Flores ready to go. Getting another kill, the freshman. Point Bluefield. So the South Carolina native steps back. What a serve, point Rams. Such a cool drop in for Leslie Flores, and the lead is back up to 7 for Bluefield College. Hilliard palmed it down. Fisher was there. Katie Kendrick attacks Hilliard in the middle block. 4 straight points for Bluefield out of the timeout. Rigsby had to send the ball over. Another chance for the freshman. Diving up, Holloway. Kendrick palmed it down. Donovan, too low. So make that 5 straight out of the timeout. Well, Bluefield trying to take the lead after losing set 1. It really has been, except for that last end, the Rams should be up 3 sets to none. They have played way better today. Just dropping in. Wow. How on earth did that ball stay in? Timeout called by Tennessee Wesleyan. It's a 10-point lead for Bluefield. Welcome back, everyone. Bluefield enjoying a 10-point lead, and just like the last time Tennessee Wesleyan took a timeout, Hilliard storms in and slams the ball down. So it's a 9-point lead. It's been all Rams. They were up 12-4, then it got down to 12-8, and then Bluefield scored 6 in a row. Abby Rigsby attacking Madden in the back. Point Rams. Trying to capitalize on these Tennessee Wesleyan mistakes that we did not see at the latter end of the first set. Past 2 sets have looked confidently all Bluefield. Holloway for Grajeda, clean block by Woodard. So 6 away from the Rams, taking a 2-1 lead, but Tennessee Wesleyan has made it too close for comfort multiple times in this match. Holloway turned around. Donovan out of position, but now for Rigsby. Garrett to continue the serve for Tennessee Wesleyan. Good hum in the crowd here tonight at the Dome. Lots of students coming out. Grajeda blocked again. Too far. Can't slide into this pattern for Bluefield College. Well, they had a 18-8 lead. And ace. Bit of an overpass. Holloway trying to make up for it. Now for Rigsby, blocked. Might be time for Buddy Gallimore to call another timeout here if another point lands for Tennessee Wesleyan, and he calls one right now. It's a 5-point game, 19-14, Tennessee Wesleyan. Starting to rally here after their own timeout. So after Bluefield's timeout, can they hang on and win set 3 to take a 2-1 lead? What a block! Boy, the Rams were up by 10. It was 18-8. Now 19-15. Here's Holloway for Grajeda, and Donovan couldn't keep up the block, and that is exactly what Bluefield needed. Have the serve back with a 5-point lead, 5 away from winning set number 3. And it's out. 4-point game. Here's Jada Perry. All about finishing. How can you finish? Back up top for Kaylee Kay. Almost into the roof. (21-16). So after the kill, here's Kay. Out of bounds, point Rams. The ball missed the boundary. 3 points away, Kaylee Kay. Can she get them out of system again? Grajeda lands in, point Bluefield. Almost an overpass that would have penalized the Bulldogs. Taylor Sutherland showing the velocity again, but missed. Off the fingertips of Perry, and that one was going out. Bluefield with set point. Want to try to win this one at set number 4. Paige Fisher. Hilliard, what a dig by Fisher. Holloway threw a fist out. Still landed down for Tennessee Wesleyan. Sutherland puts a stamp on set 3. Rams take a 2-1 lead here at the Dome, ready for set 4 coming up on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ready for set number 4 as the Rams take a 2-1 lead, trying to find their first win of the season. Tennessee Wesleyan will attempt to force a set 5 to get their second. Bailey Engel on the call. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Bluefield has played well. Marjorie Smith, good dig in the back from Flores. Marjorie Smith. That's a big-time swing for the outside hitter. A 2-1 lead for Bluefield College. Matter of fact, this is only the second time this season where Bluefield has won 2 sets in a match. That was against Michigan Dearborn in the second match of the season as Grajeda caps one off. Fisher. Kaylee Kay got over the block. Point Rams, 2-1. Back into the corner and into the stands. An ace for Bluefield. Okay, got a couple of big swings in on the serves at the end of set 3. Now in set 4, doing the same thing at the beginning. It's an overpass. How do the Rams respond? Off of Leslie Flores. Couldn't get turned around on that one fast enough. Madison Elkins jogging in. Marjorie Smith. Flores floating over. Raheda. Bit of a rally here. Kay got up in the last second, and Bluefield turns that last second decision from Kaylee Kay into a point. 4-2, Rams lead. Raheda snuck the ball over, and the block could not substantiate for Tennessee Wesleyan. Too far, point Rams. So now at 5-2. We saw the Rams in that first set jump all the way up to a 18-8 lead. But Tennessee Wesleyan was there every time. Katie Kendrick, how did that not turn into a point? Almost by accident, Tennessee Wesleyan back within 2. Five-3 the score. Marjorie Smith. Make it 6-3. Gotta love the buzz that's in the Dome tonight. A crowd that has been particularly loyal to volleyball this year, even with an 0-14 start to the season. Point Tennessee Wesleyan. Kendrick smacked it down for Bluefield. That was a big-time swing from Kendrick. Boy, from Kendrick and Flores and Sutherland, team is connecting on these big swings tonight. Woodard found open space and capitalized. Rigsby. Whistle and a point going for Tennessee Wesleyan. It's a double for Bluefield. Back to a 1-point game. Solid start for the Rams, but we have seen the Bulldogs do this. They rally back, make it interesting. And they rally back so far as much to do get a win in the first set as now they have tied it up 7-7. Point Rams. Well, Donovan and Woodard could not block that in. Lead is back to 1 for Bluefield. See what the Prestonburg, Kentucky native can do. Katie Kendrick. Out of bounds, Point Rams. Woodard, no. Flores from the back, goes for Madden. Rams all jumbled up in the middle, and Gabby Rigsby pounds the ball. So close, dunked right down by Grajeda. Oh, the ball nearly got over the net on the first try, and Grajeda, it hung right there to smack it down, and the junior puts Bluefield up by 3, 10-7. Rigsby, and the block this time coming up big for Tennessee Wesleyan and Harris and Woodard. Rigsby goes for Madden. Grajeda. Back for Marjorie Smith, and the block was there. Floated right on in there. Phipps walks off. Garrett very close to the net. That call will come up every time. Actually hit the net there. 12-8 the score, and a good chance for Bluefield to escalate the lead. Too low, Point Rams. Will Brandon call a timeout? Yes, he will. Bluefield up by 5, 12 points away from their first win of the season. Can they finish when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network? Back and ready to go. 13-8 the score after the Tennessee Wesleyan timeout. There's a double called on Bluefield. Rams have made these mistakes out of Tennessee Wesleyan timeouts. Luckily for Bluefield, in that third set, they had taken so large a lead that Bulldogs rally wasn't good enough to catch up. Sutherland with a tomahawk and got a piece of the fingertips of the Bulldogs. Point Rams. (14-9). Marjorie Smith, what a swing, but a great dig from Kaylee Kay. Mostly Sutherland couldn't keep the ball alive. Lots of energy here in set 4. Tennessee Wesleyan attempting to force it to the fifth and final set. Can't do it with serves like that. Hilliard too low. Holloway the set, Kendrick. Good block. Madden in the air, flying around. Flores, bit too much of a pass, too close to the net, I should say. Marjorie Smith. Well, when she gets a good pass, she will connect. She can swing harder than probably anybody on the floor right now. (15-11). Rams trying to get their first win of the year, just 10 points away. Tennessee Wesleyan looking to steal set 4 and make this one go into the 5th set. Flores. Another good dig from Kaylee Kay, but could not keep the ball alive. Big swings from Smith have started to spark a Tennessee Wesleyan comeback. Rams down at no time in set 4, only leading by 3. Holloway for Kendrick. How was that dug out? Sutherland, still in the air, not enough. 2-point game, 15-13. Oh, for Marjorie Smith. Needs to keep the serves going. Looped over by Flores and out of bounds, a 1-point game. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore and much needed. It's a 1-point game. Bulldogs making it interesting in set 4. Students starting to get into it here in the Dome. Rams are only up by 1. Bulldogs have made it interesting, trying to force a set 5. Flores attacks the block. Elkins set the ball back towards the middle. Flores with the left hand. Point Rams, and a big one. What's at stake here? Rams are looking for their first win of the season. As for Tennessee Wesleyan, it would only be their second. Bulldogs out to a 1-4 start in the AAC. Only win is against Brunel. Rams at 0-5 right now in the conference. Flores. Holloway sets. Flores loops. Point Rams. Pancake effort from Marjorie Smith comes up empty. Here's Whitley Phipps. Rams are 8 away from their first win of the season. Good block, but it lands just out of bounds. Katie Kendrick was there all by herself. That's the right call. (17-15) the score. Kendrick into the stands, point Bluefield. Well, she was aiming for that back corner after going with the muscle on the first few swings, went with finesse, and it came up for a point for Bluefield. 7 away now. Out of bounds, point Bluefield. Time running out for Tennessee Wesleyan. Digging themselves a hole that, with each point, it's harder and harder to climb out of. Kendrick, point Rams, perfectly placed by the senior. Here's Leslie Flores. Great serve. But for Woodard. Keeping Tennessee Wesleyan within 4. Kendrick spun around. Harris. Is it in? Yes, it is. Down the line and in. Tennessee Wesleyan's made it a 2-point game. Goes down to 1 again. I think Buddy Gallamore's got to call yet another timeout. Katie Kendrick. Rigsby's too low. 1-point game. (20-19). All important serves for either team. Holloway turned around. Rigsby capitalizes for Bluefield. 4 away from their first win of the season. They need to hang on. Phipps kept it alive. Grajeda punched it the other way. Still a 1-point game. Starting to turn out a little more like set number 1 than those previous 2 that Bluefield won. Very close. Out of bounds. Costly service error. Now for Holloway. Marjorie Smith makes it a 1-point game again. Suspense building. Rams want to finish out their first win of the season. Hit low, Holloway. Rigsby off balance, and now it's a tie game. So Rigsby goes out, 22-22. Sutherland. That was a pancake move for Tennessee Wesleyan. That almost landed in. Grajeda blocked, and now the Bulldogs have taken the lead. Timeout called by Buddy Gallimore. The Bulldogs have stormed back 2 away from making this a 5-set game. Welcome back, everyone. Tennessee Wesleyan has taken a 1-point lead late in set 4. Rams need 3 more to win, but Tennessee Wesleyan 1 point away from making this one go to a 5th and final set. Holloway sets. Raheda blocked. And we are going to set 5. 25-22, the resilience of Tennessee Wesleyan forces a 5th set. And we will be right back here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Set 5 coming up, all tied up at 2-2. Tennessee Wesleyan storming back in the 4th set to win it 25-22. The sets Bluefield has won have been clearly won by them, while Tennessee Wesleyan has stormed all the way back in the 1st and 4th sets. This one goes to 15, ladies and gentlemen. Sutherland knocks the ball in. Early point for Bluefield in set number 5. Rams will certainly take that. Marjorie Smith. All tied up at 1-1. Bulldogs looking for their second win of the year. Rams need their first. Flores dropped the ball home. This one has been such a back and forth match. Tied up, going back on that narrative we said, 2-2. I think the big factor here will be if Avery Hilliard becomes a gigantic part of the attack for Tennessee Wesleyan. As if she is, Bluefield will have trouble. Sutherland attacks the block, point Rams. Knocked down by Hilliard. Each team scores, and then the next one does. It's been a pattern so far. 3-3. Oh, Phipps ran out of room. Lead is 1 for Tennessee Wesleyan. Kendrick went down. That ball was so close to just being a service error, and then so close to being an ace. Phipps. Timely attack error that the Rams could use, 4-4. What a roller coaster ride of a match this one has been. Garrett down for a Hilliard. If she becomes the main part of this 5th set, it'll be tough for Bluefield, but luckily for the Rams, she has walked off. Holloway took a final swing, and the ace turns up big for Tennessee Wesleyan. 6-4 the score. Kendrick with a left hand. And Bluefield gets a call on Tennessee Wesleyan. And the Rams tie it up here. 5th and final set. Woodard rolled the ball over. Kendrick bumping in with Phipps. Rigsby flattens it down. Looked like she didn't mean to have that one come off like a knuckleball, but it did, and it turned out okay, 6-6. Rigsby with 2 hands. Wow. And the final decision at the very last moment. Dropped it in, Rams lead by 1. Marjorie Smith from the back. Holloway for Rigsby. Perfect roll shot. They'll switch sides of the court, and the Rams have a 2-point lead on a rally after it was 6-4. Ten kills for the freshman. What a night. Coming up in clutch situations. But can they finish? Rams are 7 away. (8-6) the score. Going back to Marjorie Smith. Grajeda. Holloway sets for Grajeda. Slapped it down, point Bluefield, and the rally continues. It was 6-4. Rams have scored 5 in a row. Desperation move, Rigsby, point Rams. 11 kills for the freshman. A double called, and a big one. Timeout called by Josh Brandon. Rams are 4 away. Can they hold on to win their first match of the season? Welcome back, 5th set, 11-6, Rams up by 4. Excuse me, now they're up by 4. Tennessee Wesleyan has used the timeout to their advantage tonight, that is for sure. Every time they call a timeout, they seem to come out with a better game plan and make each set a little bit closer. Rigsby's too low. At one point, it was 6-4, Tennessee Wesleyan. The Rams went into that timeout up 11-6. They had scored 7 in a row, but now a few in a row for Tennessee Wesleyan. Grajeda with a left hand, rolls it on the rope. Rigsby, point Rams. Rams student section particularly fired up. Too far. Timeout called by Tennessee Wesleyan. Rams are 2 away. 13-8. Holloway. The set. And the spike. Match point coming up for Bluefield. Holloway the serve. Oh, just too short. Jada Perry. It's a low serve. Sutherland. Attacking the block to fruition. It's a 4-point game. Still match point for Bluefield. Just nicks the top of the net. Leslie Flores. Out of bounds, and Bluefield wins. In one of the more exciting matches of the year, Bluefield hangs on to win 3-2 here inside of the Dome.